Taipei Computer Association is honored to have delegates from both Eswatini and Taiwan to participate in today's sessions. With this golden opportunity, we believe together we can create a profound relationship in the future. We would also like to thank the Bureau of Foreign Trade in Taiwan and Eswatini Investment and Trade Promotion Authority for all the support in organizing the event. Before we begin, please allow me to remind all participants to complete the event survey after the matchmaking sessions. You can find a link of the survey in the public chat, and we value your feedback to improve our service in the future. Thank you. Now, please join me to welcome our distinguished guests of today's event. First, please welcome Ms. Cynthia Jiang, Director General, Bureau of Foreign Trade in Taiwan. Next, Mr. KJ Liu, Taiwan Smart City Solutions Alliance Chairperson of Overseas Promotion SIG and Vice President of ASCII Computer. And of course, we'll be having guests from Eswatini. Please welcome Mr. Sibani Mangomezulu, CEO of Eswatini Investment and Trade Promotion Authority, and Mr. Sibusiso Gama, Head of Royal Science and Technology Park. Welcome all. Now, with great pleasure, please let me invite Mr. KJ Liu, Taiwan Smart City Solutions Alliance Chairperson of Overseas Promotion SIG, to deliver his opening remarks. Please welcome Mr. KJ Liu.
Thank you. On behalf of the Taiwan Smart City Alliance Overseas Promotion SIG Chairperson, I'd like to welcome all the people who are on the line at the moment to attend today's Eswatini and Taiwan business matchmaking. I think that this meeting, I expect, it will be very productive and fruitful. Okay, since both sides, I think the last time we missed the chance to get together, so we have a lot of time to prepare for this event. Okay, this is what I'm guessing. So we should be very productive today for today's meeting. For smart city, actually, the 2008 when IBM introduced this term, by then they are not called by a smart city; they're called smart Earth. Okay, and since then I've been working on smart city for almost 10 to 11 years. I think that each country or each city has its priorities in terms of the economics, in terms of the politics, in terms of the all the whatever, healthcare, transportation, all the different vertical. Okay, so smart city right now is really a vehicle for local government, or even for definitely for the country, to see how to use a smart city as a territory to help the people there. Okay, to help a citizen or to help the people in the country. Anyway, I'd like to share with my 10 years experience just one thing. Actually, I'd like to remind you, in the smart city, there are 4 important things in the smart city territory. I always say there is a 4, 1, 2, 3. Use the 4 numbers. 4 means 4 roles in the smart city territory. So you have a solution partner, you have a system integrator, and then you have a service provider, and then you have a government or you have enterprise. Today, I think most of smart city things actually is almost 90%. We work for the local government or work for the country. Okay, and then 4, 1, 2, 3. One is the most important, called the business model. You have to come with a business model. Okay, in order for you to sustain your smart city solution. Okay, and then 4, 1, 2, 3. Let me repeat again. 2 means the first thing you have to watch out. You have to, once you do your smart city, you offer your smart city solution to the city or the country. You have to break even your capex. capital expenditure. You even want to make some money for the capex, not just break even. And then the second thing is OPEX, operation expenditure. So for everyday operation, you have to pay the HVAC, you have to pay the electricity, you have to make the profit in order for you to do some maintenance to sustain the smart city solution you offer. The last thing is 3. What does that mean? Means the government, means enterprise, means the citizen. So those are 3 things, especially for citizen. I think they are most important because you offer your smart city solution. You want to improve the city life. Okay. So this is a very important. So beware and remember these 4 things. Whenever you do this, whenever you do any of the smart city solution. Okay. This is what I suggest, and also I'd like to share with you all in today's online meeting. Okay, and at last, I want to bless today's meeting. I really think we have a good meeting, and hope we have a good meeting. Okay, that's it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Liu, for your opening remarks. Next, please let us invite Ms. Cynthia Jiang, Director General of the Bureau of Foreign Trade in Taiwan, to deliver her welcome remarks. Please welcome Ms. Cynthia Jiang.
Well, thank you, Chairman Liu from the Taiwan Smart City Alliance, Mr. Sibani, CEO of the Eswatini EIPA. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon. Well, I'm really happy to attend today's event. I understand that Mr. Sibani led a delegation to Taiwan in the year 2018 and also witnessed the signing of an MOU between my office, the Bureau of Foreign Trade, and EIPA. So I'm really excited today that today we can have hold activities today again, and also continue to explore new business opportunities between our 2 sides. Well, we all know that due to the pandemic, the development of digital transformation has become ever more important. In order to capture more digital business opportunities, I think that both Taiwan and Eswatini have held activities to help our companies, especially our SMEs, to transform digitally. For example, the BOFT, we have collaborated with TAITRA, which is a trade promotion agency, to offer digital trade training courses to our companies, especially to the SMEs. And TAITRA has also worked together, collaborated with Eswatini to help Eswatini businesses to enhance their digital skills. I also like to take this opportunity to point out 2 things that showcase the importance that Eswatini plays a very key role in the development of digital transformation. The first is the African Union, AU, has established the Southern African Electronic Trade Regional Office in Eswatini. I think this highlights Eswatini as a hub for the development of the ICT industry in Southern Africa. The second point I would like to make is that in March this year, Taiwan, the United States, and Eswatini, the 3 of us, we had the first online meeting of the Partnership Opportunity Delegation, the POD. Industry representatives from the 3 of us participated and also discussed issues related to e-commerce, to digital economy, and ICT. This meeting showcased that Eswatini, the United States, and Taiwan, we are three like-minded partners. As to the bilateral front, in order to enhance our bilateral cooperation, the BOFT has commissioned TCA to arrange today's event. TCA is Taiwan's largest professional ICT association. It has more than 4,000 members, and it covers a wide range of companies that is in the supply chain of the ICT industry. Well, today, the participating businesses cover also a wide range of sectors, including such as communication, IoT, information equipment. I'm very confident that this event will yield fruitful results and will benefit all of us. So in closing, I would like to thank again to EIPA for co-organizing this event, and also for the diligent work made by TCA. I wish today's event a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. John, for your welcome remarks. Our second welcome remarks will be delivered by our distinguished guest from Eswatini, Mr. Sibani Mngomezulu, CEO of Eswatini Investment and Trade Promotion Authority. Please welcome Mr. Sibani Mngomezulu.
Well, good morning from Eswatini, and greetings to you, Mrs. Cynthia Kiang, DJ, Director General of the Bureau of Foreign Trade. We also want to greet Mr. Liu, the TSSA Chairperson of Overseas Promotion. We greet the CEOs from both the private and the public sector, representatives of business in the ICT sector, and ladies and gentlemen. It's worth acknowledging that the world is faced with rapid changes in a number of facets when we consider life today. And these changes require swift action in terms of availing technology and systems that will support business as well as address the needs of clients. And this is no more evident than in the ICT sector, which forms the foundation of all the new economic drivers we see, the changes with regards to COVID-19 that we've seen impacting business and life in general, as well as the fourth industrial revolution. It's for this reason that business linkages such as this ICT B2B meeting are critical for our technologies and systems to match these rapid changes in business. From the Eswatini side, we've identified ICT as one of the key pillars for our own national development strategy. And this session is really going to assist not just in terms of strengthening the trade relations between our two countries, but it assists us in, projecting the sustainability of our economy. We first applaud the collaboration between the various institutions and government for organizing such a critical event which promotes ICT trade initiatives, and also for trying to match supply and demand opportunities for our business community. I'm excited by the prospects that it brings. I've had an opportunity to visit your lovely country, Mrs. Kiang, and the networks we made, the development we've seen Taiwan achieve in a relatively short space of time has given us a full appreciation of the technological advancements and the opportunity for us here in Eswatini as well to develop our own ICT sector. Due to the pandemic, it's unfortunate we're able to face or actually to even organize physical demonstrations of what is available and also what technology has to offer. But nonetheless, the medium of communication we're using is just but one example of the efficacy of technological developments. Efficiencies that we are relying on nowadays in technology have enabled us to get the same message across, they've enabled us to be able to product demonstrations with even traveling. And we are really keen and excited about the opportunity that these business-to-business sessions are availing for our business people. From the perspective of the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, which I lead, I'm privileged to lead, we've taken a role or a position in e-commerce and trade. Some of the initiatives we've facilitated include our buyeswatini.com, which is Eswatini's online shopping mall. We encourage local businesses to market their products on this platform. We encourage their story, and really we offer ease of access for their customers. It's a great promotion initiative, we believe. Also have the Eswatini Virtual Trade Fair. This is an online exhibition platform where local businesses are able to exhibit their goods and services. This was unrestricted access to exhibitions from all over the world at any time of the day or night. So we see ourselves as attuned to the technological developments that are taking place, and we seek to do more in the future. As the whole world changes and adjusts to this new normal, there's really an opportunity for innovation and product development that is technology-based to really move rapidly or accelerate. And this digital or virtual economy that we want to participate in, as it expands, as the ICT sector offers all that it has, we want to be the front of these new developments. It's our hope that the business partnerships and collaboration that will take place between Eswatini and Taiwan companies will be birthed today. We are excited about the opportunities presented, and we believe that between Eswatini and Taiwan companies, Mrs. Kiang, you referred to the earlier meeting this year between Eswatini, the United States, and Taiwan, and we really want to give legs to this, which has been birthed of that initial meeting that we had. We want to expand investment and trade between us, and also on the African continent, which offers huge opportunities in terms of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. So as we expand business, as we grow our footprint in the rest of the world and the continent, we want to encourage the businesses that are going to be participating in this initiative to really grab the opportunity that's being presented, because the market potential is limitless. We want to engage a pull strategy of introducing ICT products to our markets, and we want to make available this through the medium of technology that's out there. We want to participate in the disruption of life new it, and we want to really grab the opportunities that are being brought by the new normal. And this is an excellent opportunity to really link those opportunities together with the products and services that are available. Lastly, may I thank the business leaders for having taken their time to explore these possible trade opportunities with Taiwan in the ICT sector. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mngomezulu, for the welcome remarks. Now we will move on to our first presentation of today. In the presentation, we will have a brief introduction on the concept of Smart City, and we will also learn some matchmaking achievements during Smart City Summit and Expo this year, especially with the delegates from Africa. Please let us welcome, once again, Mr. KJ Liu to deliver the presentation, Introduction to Taiwan Smart City Outlook and Taiwan Business Cases Sharing. Please welcome.
Thank you. Okay, the Smart City, as I just shared with all the people, it started from the 2008 when IBM introduced Smart Earth. After that, actually people changed the name to the Smart City and focus on the city to see that they can use high tech to help the city to resolve all the issues such as transportation, medical, education, you name it. Okay. So the first trend, actually, why we see we have to focus on the solution on a city, because the urbanization trend, people started from all the area, move from the big city. Why? Because you can get a better education opportunity, you can get a better health care. they can get better whatever the opportunity in the big city instead of in the small village, instead of the a small city or rural area, whatever. Okay, so this is a first trend. Why we need to pay more attention on the city? Because of urbanization. Hold on a second. Let me see. I can move to the next page. Okay. The second thing is population. The population just exploded. Okay. At this moment, I think it's around 7.2 billion. Okay, at this moment. After pandemic, I think it's more or less. Originally, people thought the population is getting less, but it's not the truth. It's not the fact. Anyway, the population just keep exploding. So by the end of this century, I think we should get some number around 11 or 12 billion for the whole world. Okay, here I put the 11 billion people on Earth. So what does that mean behind this 11 billion people on Earth? That means we have a more water shortage. We have less resources. Okay, a lot of issues behind this population exploding. The change, okay, I think the little less to say here. Everybody already saw the problem because of the climate change. The dramatic weather, okay, the flooding, the fire, the big fire, you just named. You see all those things happening in the USA, EU, and China, South Asia, every place. Okay. See, this is a presentation. This is a slide I put in the 2018. Okay. By then, almost 3 or 4 years ago. And then this slide I used to tell the people, did you ever know what happened in 2017 by 2018? And then I was asking the people, did you ever know what happened? 2017, by then, that year, got the highest degree of temperature, got the highest sea level, got the largest amount of the greenhouse gases. So you can see how bad for the climate change to cause our problem in daily life. Okay. Usually, a smart city means okay, people teaching the AIoT, 5G, AI, IoT, and the 5G. So the whole city for perfect smart cities, everything connected. Everything connected means you have a cloud connect. You have a big cloud. Okay, people maybe call the city cloud, top on the city, and then the cloud serve every sector, every vertical, in the hospital, in the education, whatever, smart transportation. Why I didn't see this? Okay. Sorry, I cannot see it's kind of slow. Right now it's page 7, I think. It's a company milestone for this. Sorry, the slide is a little bit slow, so I cannot see the contents. Let me jump this one so we can. I need a slide 8. But I don't know what's the contents there. So, oh, okay. I think those slides slide I used to explain to people what is my company doing. ASCII Computer. ASCII Computer is a subsidiary to ASUS. I think everybody knows ASUS. It's is a big branding. Okay. Anyway, ASCII is a OEM ODM company, but as a director general, things that John just mentioned, digital transformation is so important in today's enterprise, in today's industry. So you can see ASCII is transforming from a device provider company to a solution partner company, and then try to resolving all those digital transformation problems, issues for all the big, medium, small enterprise. Okay. Okay. African networking and the matchmaking in the, I think we have we had a lot of the good meeting happened this year March. This one is the one with Taipei with Nigeria. Okay, so you can see we have a online meeting with the Federal Ministry of the Communication and the Digital Economy, NITDA, and with our deputy mayor, okay, in Taipei, okay. There are 5 companies joined the matchmaking in total 9 sessions, okay. This is a Taipei, the matchmaking event happened in between the Taipei and the Nigeria. And the next one is the Taoyuan city, okay, with Nigeria, okay. Again, there are 16 companies joining the matchmaking session. By then, in a total 33, okay, sessions, okay. I can see the again the Nigeria ITFA, okay, people attended the meeting. And then the South Africa Kabul property management, property investment company also I think has did something with TSSA, Taiwan Smart City Alliance. Okay. So this slide, somehow the slide is so slow here. I think this is my last slide. Anyway, I conclude this. We did have a fruitful session in this year, the March SCSE, okay, Smart City exhibit meeting, okay. As you have seen, those are sessions, and with the Taipei City, with the Taoyuan City, we have some matchmaking event, and then we did people did got some cruise, okay, to have some business opportunity to work with each parties for both parties, okay. I think this is my last. I guess this is my last slide. Somehow, because again the slides are slow because the online connection here is not as good as I expect. So I guess this is my last slide. Is that right?
Yes, this is the last slide.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So yeah, this is my last slide. And again, I hope today, at the end of the day, we also have a good matchmaking result as we did in the March, okay, with Nigeria and with the South Africa company. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Liu, for your inspiring presentation. With today's event, we hope we can create more opportunities to work with Eswatini Investment and Trade Promotion Authority in the 2022 Smart City Summit Expo. And now, please welcome our next speaker and our guest from Eswatini, Mr. Sibusiso Gama, Head of Royal Science and Technology Park, to deliver his presentation of Eswatini ICT Industry Outlook and Developments. Please welcome Mr. Sibusiso Gama.
Thank you, colleagues. A very good morning from the Kingdom of Eswatini. My name is Samuel Isoshongwe. I'm going to be presenting this document on behalf of Mr. Kam. I am part of the organization which is responsible for communications regulation in the Kingdom of Eswatini. So it is a very great opportunity that we have in this particular session to try and assist in as far as enabling business activities in the country, as well as collaboration with Taiwanese businesses. My presentation will be basically looking at policy and legislative framework, as well as the Eswatini ICT Industry Outlook. We'll be also talking about ICT infrastructure, as well as ICT opportunities in the country. As legislative framework, we are committed as a country to have an enabling environment, which is we do that by having policy and legislative frameworks which govern the ICT industry. Acts that we have in place is the Swaziland Communications Commission Act, as well as the Electronic Communications Act of 2013, which basically govern the way that we do or manage ICTs in the country. We are also having the National Information and Communications Infrastructure Policy, which is also in place. And then we do have also the Electronic Transactions Bill, the Cybercrime Bill, Data Protection Bill, and the Swaziland Broadcasting Bill. Those are the different legislative tools that we have, but we are still finalizing their promulgation in the country. So they've gone past the different stages of approval. So these will be in place. You talk about the data protection bill, which is a very essential, legislative tool when it comes to protection of data. There'll be a lot of data, consumer data that will be moving around. So we need to be able to ensure that all data is protected. We also have the cybercrime bill, which basically seeks to criminalize offenses which involve computers and network related crimes, so that we ensure that the cyber space is safe with regards to cyber crimes. We've got also the cyber security strategy, which is in place in the country, which again is an initiative to enhance the security and resilience of critical information or critical information infrastructure, which is in the ICT industry in the country. So we are trying to create an enabling environment whereby there will be security in terms of data protection as well. So in terms of the ICT industry outlook in the country, we basically have good connectivity, communications infrastructure, and network coverage, which is basically more than 95%, which is coverage through the national, the broadband, mobile broadband. And then we've got also a good infrastructure on fiber across the country, approximately about 5,000 kilometers of fiber in the country. We also then have fintech and financial inclusion. That means we've got, for example, more than 600,000 mobile money accounts which are active, and these also contribute to 80% of the financial inclusion. We also do have smartphone penetration, which is more than 650,000 subscribers who have smartphones in the country, and this basically presents an opportunity, to do transactions online, as well as other, business activities that can be done on mobile. We also have, in terms of a literacy rate, which is more than 80%, in terms of the public comprehension in as far as digital systems are concerned. We also do have infrastructure, the data center infrastructure, which is actually housed at the RSTP. It's got private ISPs who are actually being run from that place. We do also have comprehension in terms of digital systems. Lastly, we have developed digital innovation ecosystem in the country, whereby the RSTP provides opportunities and infrastructure for digital innovation. We have a group called the Eswatini FinTech Working Group, which basically looks at issues around digital financial transactions that are done. Now, in terms of the industry, basically we've got individual license holders. That is the mobile licenses in the country. We've got MTN, PTC, Eswatini Mobile, who actually play in the mobile space, as well as other license holders who provide internet services. So we do have quite a while, and this list is not actually comprehensive. We do have quite a number of them who provide the same services. So there is a lot of coverage in as far as internet services are concerned. Now, in terms of the current state of this infrastructure and international connectivity and capacity, we have an international backbone infrastructure which is operated and maintained by the Eswatini Posts and Telecommunications Corporation. The links that are used, there are two international breakaway points through R.O.C, connecting to South Africa, and Terraco, South Africa, that is the South African Internet Exchange, as well as Terraco Data Center, which is in Johannesburg. And we also have a connection through Lomahasha border connecting to the SICOM via Maputo. So the R.O.C links connect the country to the submarine cable in the west, and also the SICOM which connects the eastern part, giving the country full redundancy in terms of the connection to the internet through our neighboring countries. I think that is what is important to note, and also that there's been an increase in the traffic that has been used. For example, it currently sits at 12.8 gigabits per second. That is 10.8 gigabits per second is from EPTC, and then the 2 gigabits per second is from private operators. That is the ones they use for protection as well as redundancy. So there's been an increase, as you can see in that chart there, from 2017, 2018 up until now. There's been a steady increase in the traffic. And then basically now we have the RSTP. I think I've mentioned earlier in terms of the core services that it provides, first one and most important is the operation of the National Data Center. There's also an advanced school of IT. They also have a special economic zone which is created within the same structure. There's also business incubator, biotechnology research facilities, and also there is also a national contact center. But the one that is most important for us in as far as the ICT is the operation of the National Data Center. The objective of the RSTP basically is to provide quality ICT services to the public and the private sector, and also to enable and facilitate e-government transformation. So we also seek to be a global citizen and generate revenue for self-sustenance. Now, the role basically of the National Data Center is to secure reliable and always on ICT infrastructure sharing facilities, as well as secured data repository that ensures confidentiality, integrity, and availability. We also ensure that we facilitate data exchange and reuse public data. Now, the impact in terms of the local economy, we basically seek to remove barriers to modern technologies, ensuring that these services are available at affordable cost, as well as ensuring that we have a continuous economic activity through always on electronic services. We ensure that there is always a network availability. And then also we consolidate and optimize government ICT efforts in ensuring transparent spending and significantly lowering costs. So there is a cooperation basically with government in ensuring that the different ICT services are actually expanded so that they reach the general public. We also do facilitate trade by having automated one-stop shop, and also having a ready ICT infrastructure for foreign direct investment. So the role of RSTP is basically to ensure that everyone that comes outside of the country is able to trade either on ICT or otherwise. The National Data Center, basically the services that are offered is, first of all, at the bottom of the hierarchy, it's co-location services, where a business will just be renting the floor or rack space for their primary or backup services. And then you've got infrastructure that is provided, for example, computing and storage and networking, that is provided as a service. We also provide a platform as a service where the operating systems and database management systems are also centered at the data center. We also have the level of software or application software, for example, accounting software, HR solutions. We also provide emails and so on. The list is endless. And then at the top of the hierarchy, we've got the professional services that are offered, whereby the business processes and automation is actually facilitated. Now, basically, opportunities that are available in the country as we leverage on ICTs to develop, deploy, and promote sustainable development practices to actually address growing urbanization challenges. Now, we've got the case that we are in now with the pandemic, which has actually forced us to move quicker in as far as ensuring or exploring the ICT opportunities which are available. For example, smart living, we've got opportunities with e-transport, e-agriculture, and e-health services. In terms of governance, we've got opportunities on public security, disaster management, and actually having more public participation in the ICTs. Smart business, which is facilitated by fintech, having a payment gateway, e-commerce, and e-tourism. And then the last one, we've got smart education. That is basically looking at technology-embedded education, self-directed education, adaptive and resource-enriched, education. That means we have these opportunities as a country to actually explore the ICT environment. I think from my side, that is my last slide in far as the RSTP and the ICT opportunities which we have in the country. So we do have that kind of capability to ensure that even foreign investment is enabled by what we have in the country, the infrastructure, as well as also the services that we provide. Thank you, Chairperson and colleagues, for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Gama, for your informative presentation. And because we're running out of time, we will now directly move on to the much anticipated matchmaking sessions. If anyone has any questions, you can leave them in the public chat and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Before we start the sessions, please allow me to once again remind you some details of the proceedings. First, all participants should stay online at all times in the main meeting room before and in between matchmaking sessions. In this slide, you can see the basic function of Big Blue button. If you accidentally disconnect, please rejoin the meeting room once again. And if you lose the audio connection, please click on this icon to reconnect your sound. As for the matchmaking, we will arrange the breakout room for you based on the matchmaking schedule. If you see this pop-up notification, please click on Join the Breakout Room. Each session is 20 minutes. The reminder will be provided 5 minutes before the session ends. Once you enter the breakout room, you can see the remaining time of that session. We encourage you to exchange contact details in your sessions. However, we will provide the contact information of all participants after the event just in case. A final reminder that if you finish your matchmaking session earlier than scheduled, you can leave the breakout room and come back to the main meeting room and stay online to wait for your next matchmaking session. The matchmaking schedule has been provided before. If you haven't read the schedule, you can find a link to the schedule in the public chat. Once again, thank you for participating in today's event. Please don't forget to complete the event survey once you have finished all your sessions. The link to the survey is also in a public chat. You're also welcome to visit smartcityonline.org.tw to find more potential business partners worldwide. If you have any questions or need further assistance, please do not hesitate to let us know. And now the matchmaking will begin very shortly. Please stay online and wait for the organizer to arrange your breakout room. Thank you.